Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. This is Lynn from Ontario, Canada, and I'm a digital business owner. Today, we are here again for our 90-day Go Live challenge, and our topic for today is how to overcome burnout in today's digital world. As we all know, it's very challenging in today's digital world because of very uh, there are a lot of things that are sources of stress, and today we are going to give you some tips on how to overcome them. uh, for me, my number one tip is to uh, self-reflection. Identify what is the source of the stress, the burnout, and try to distance from that source and seek medical help. Uh, because it is good to seek medical help if you don't know how to handle what's going on you. And sometimes you don't know that you are already burned out because you're too busy, and you don't know that you are already emotionally and physically burned out because of the because of your busyness, and you think that you are still okay because you can still do it, but it is affecting your health. That's why you need to seek medical help if you're experiencing physical manifestations, because sometimes it has physical manifestations. And you can take a break too during the day. Go out for a walk and have fresh air for at least 10 minutes for your break, and do something that makes you happy. For me, what I do is I read books because I enjoy reading books. I I enjoy painting and drawing, and I also watch TV just to get out from the world. And what else? I do some exercise, and walking is one of my exercise. That's all for me. And let's hear from our first sharer, my sister here from Ireland, Sis Vera. Sis Vera, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sister Lynn. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on what part of the world that you are going to be watching us from or you're watching us from right now. In case you're watching me for the first time, my name is Vera, and I am the face behind Vera Jeffrey Digital World on Facebook. So, in today's world, it is actually very crucial to be mindful of our own, self, because the truth is, if we um, if we are not careful, burnout can actually, do more damage to us than any other thing else. And the good thing, I mean, the best step that you have to take is to be able to identify all this. And then as soon as you are able to identify that you have a burnout, you need to take action, to help yourself. Like Sister Lynn has already said, there are some things that you need to do to personally help yourself to get out of that burnout. And then like you know the signs. Like, for example, I felt I've actually experienced that before in my personal life, as a mom to so many children, and they're working full time at the same time. I remember I when I started work, I used to be like in my unit where I work, we had about 70 workers, on that particular unit. And those 70 workers were, of course, they were all in, I think, on different shifts, right? But they could actually pick me out from the beginning. They said, even though I'm a mom of multiple children at the time, I'm the one who always comes to work, looking very, very bright, looking very happy, and always very positive. But as time went on on that job, I discovered that I was beginning to lose myself. And one of the examples I know I could actually I recognized was I became very, very intolerant. Unlike if you talk to me, I give it to you straight away. But I remember before, people always call me to the side and say, you have to stand up for yourself. But not knowing that that's what just naturally me. I prefer to let everything go as far as it's not going to kill me. But by the time this burnt out actually started, it was the opposite. I was the complete opposite, and that was because of course, my health problems. That was because the issue with maybe the complications I had, during my childbirth. So when I started to recognize that, I went to my doctor and let her know. I only told her the signs, my symptoms, and then she said, "Oh, you're experiencing burnt out." I was like, "Okay, what is that?" But eventually, she placed me on medication for that, to be honest. And I, innocently took it for some time, and it wasn't doing me any good. Instead, it was making me worse. But yes, it's good to seek medical help when it comes to things like that. But there are some other things that you can actually do first to help yourself rather than the medical intervention. Of course, this. If you need to see a psychologist, if you need to see someone who you need to talk to about the problem, it is better. But opting for medication straight away, from my own personal experience, I don't think it's a good advice because, like I said, the medication did more harm to me than any other thing. And then when I stopped it, when I stopped taking the medication, everything started, coming back to normal, again. So when you know that you are experiencing this burnt out, you've recognized it, you decided to seek help. You now know that the best thing to do is to seek either to talk to someone or to talk to maybe a professional, to help you through it, probably a psychotherapy session. But another thing that you have to do is you have to set your boundaries. Okay, you have to make sure you know when to cut it. For example, in my own case, where um, I have to sit down to listen to maybe somebody talk to me that will to the point of annoying me, it's better I walk away from that situation. Uh, um, and the other strategy that I used that time was if I were to be paired by somebody who I know was going to really, trigger me, I try as much as I can to see if I could actually swap just to avoid that. And then when it is break time, I don't go on the same break so that I don't hear anything. My people say one thing, they said, if the ears doesn't hear anything, the mind will not be, spoiled. That's literally how we say it. So that was how I avoided those things. So you can do that as well. It helps. Another thing that you can actually do is if you're a Christian, if you're a Christian or you're a believer or you practice mindfulness or anything. But for a Christian, from the Christian perspective, I would say meditation is actually very good. Another way that I actually got by those times was, I know that any day that I just jump out of bed and say, okay, I'm already late, I need to get to work, I find out that the day is always very horrible for me. But anytime that I take time to pray, to meditate before I go to work, and I always have, positive outcome at the end of the day. So practice mindfulness and know that, we are made of, mind, body, soul, and spirit, right? And for you to become, to function, properly, you need to really make sure that this part is all connected, to make you whole. Um, like Sister Lynn has already said, you also practice self-care. Yes, you don't just say, you don't lose yourself, it is okay for you to take yourself out to do something, to do something nice. It is okay to go for a spa. It is okay to go for a gym. It is okay to go for a walk. It is okay to sit down and even watch something that makes you to relax. But like I said, you have, for example, if you're watching TV and it's always about aggression and all those things, it will trigger it. So if you want to avoid that, it will help you a lot. So watch positive things that will help you and will not bring you back to square one. um Another thing that you need to do is, as a digital business owner or somebody who has a business on the web, using the digital system, you need to know when to turn off your devices. Because in as much as we know that this is our business, these are the things, the material that we use to transact our business, we also know that there is a side effect to being exposed to it for a very long time. So if you take your time to know when to switch off and you know face the real world, do things with people, Connect with people. If you need to talk to somebody one on one, look at them eye to eyeball. You connect soul to soul. It helps, a lot. Then another thing again is, it is very, very easy for us to set goals, and sometimes we know our goals might be very, very big, but if you break it down into meaningful one that you can actually reach at a point in time, for example, I know what my big goal is, but in order to be able to reach my big goal, I need to set up, little one that I can realize daily. For example, it could be as simple as just, opening my page to reply emails or to reply to emails, and that is a good one. I know by those little actions, it can actually bring me to my bigger goals. So yeah, set meaningful and realistic, goals, for yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, it's Vera. That's very helpful. Now let's hear from our next sister here from USA, Sis Ivy. Sis Ivy, the floor is yours.
Okay, am I muted? No. Okay. Thank you very, very much, Sister Lynn, for this opportunity. Burnout is a very, very common thing, especially for entrepreneurs. But before I go into it, I will introduce myself. I am a former Ifani Ezuku. I live in the United States with my husband and three lovely children. And I am also an entrepreneur. By the way, I'm from Nigeria. I was born and raised in Nigeria before I came here. So, going back to the topic, burnout is a very common thing, especially for entrepreneurs and especially for people who work from home. All of us at one time or the other must have experienced burnout, either in our jobs or in our private lives or in anything that we do. And there are ways of preventing it before it gets to the point of going to seek help, medical help. So one of those ways, my business partner Vera has said so much about how to prevent burnout. There are so many ways you can prevent burnout, and she has almost exhausted the list. But there are still other ways you can prevent burnout. One of those ways is to delegate. When you delegate, don't try to do everything by yourself. Learn to trust other people and delegate responsibilities to them. When you delegate, it reduces the number of workload for you and prevents you from burning out. You have other people helping you do one thing or the other. But when you feel that you alone can do it, that's when burnout comes in. So learn to delegate and learn to collaborate with people around you to prevent a burnout. And also learn to seek support of people, either your family or your friends or your colleagues or people within your community. When you seek support from other people to help you out, it also reduces burnout. You should also learn to take a break. Schedule breaks in between your work time. If you work like maybe because you're an entrepreneur, there's a likelihood, a tendency for you to want to work all through the day, not knowing that you should take breaks away from your job. You want to put in the whole day because the time is yours and you think you can use it as you want. That brings burnout. But if you learn to schedule breaks, know that between this time and this time, I shall get up, walk around, take a break away from the job, just like you do if you're an employee. They give you breaks, even if it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you take break. And that is to prevent you from burning out. But as entrepreneurs, we have this tendency of working 24 hours, not knowing when to take a break or even that we should take a break. So if you do that, you will, to a great extent, prevent burnout. Setting boundaries, which Sister Vera also mentioned. It's good to set boundaries. Know that this is time for work and this is time for my family. When it's time for your family, when it's family time, keep your business away from it. No matter the temptation, keep your business away from it. One of the ladies I interviewed last year said that when it is time for her, when it's her family time, even if you are buying two trifectas, that she will not pick your call. That's her family time, and she does no business within that time. So if you're offering her two trifectas, or I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to do that, she will not pick your call. So learn to set boundaries for your work and your family. And it is also to, in mindfulness, it is important to take breathing exercises. When you think you're overwhelmed and you're stressed, walk away from your job and do some breathing exercises. They help calm you down and take off stress. You can even close your door, take a walk, go on the street, take a walk, a long walk. You come back strengthened and refreshed. Exercising helps a lot at your free time. Some people, I have read a book where the man takes exercises in between his job. He will walk, he has a gym in the exercise equipment in his house. He will go in there, take exercise, do some 20 to 30 minutes exercise, go back to work. So that, he said, that's a way for him to let off stress and not get burnt out by his job. So these are some of the ways you can prevent or overcome burnout. My therapy is not to get to the point where you will go seeing a doctor. If you do these things, they will prevent it. So you won't start going to see the doctor and taking medication. And like Vera and Lynn said, study yourself and know when you are beginning to have symptoms of burnout. If you don't know the symptoms of burnout, please Google it. You'll have a whole list of symptoms, and be alert to know when any of those symptoms are coming in. Then you start trying to deal with it on your own and not let it get to when you will take medication. You heard my colleague said that she was placed on medication and the medication was doing more harm to her than good. Medications for such things are usually not the best. Sometimes I listen to medications that will do one thing, treat you of one thing, and the side effects can lead you to death. And I'm like, what is the point? Why am I going to take a medication that the side effect might include heart attack, include so many things to mention, just to cure one thing? So prevention, they say, is better than cure. It's always better that you prevent it than let it get to a point where you start seeking medical help. So that is all for me today. Over to you, Lynn.
That's so true, sis. You have to prioritize yourself for your well-being, and you don't need to take medications. There are a lot of things you can do to avoid taking medications by self-caring. Prioritize what is good for you. And let me take a break by acknowledging our viewers today. Thank you, Sis Sharon, for watching from California, Sis Mylene from Virginia, and Sis Rina and Rodney Rivera from New Zealand. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate your presence.
Thank you. Thank you for watching us.
And let's hear from our last but not the least, our sister from USA, Sis Moy. Sis Moy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Cislin. Thank you for the time, and thank you everyone for watching our live today. Our challenge day 16. It is can be overwhelming, is with today digital world, but you can. It's very we or can get very distracting, but yeah. Let me introduce myself. My name is Moy. I'm from USA, Philadelphia. I'm originally from Cambodia, and I'm a mom of two daughters. Today is day 16 challenge. It is very distracting with digital world, but we can manage to set our goal and do something that will be set the goal and listen to our body, because if you don't listen to your body, it can be very overwhelming, and if you don't have the goal for the day, it's very you get lost, and you will have no time to do anything, because you can go back from your start and the day will be never over. So it's best to listen to your body. If you feel like there's a time for something, schedule your day and give yourself some time. For me, I go for a walk, half hour or 15 minutes, to give myself the time. um, I do it when I first wake up in the morning. That's give me motivation to clear my mind to go through my day. And in the evening, I like cooking. I enjoy cooking. When I give myself time, half hour, and that's before the evening when all the kids and when everyone come home. That's my contribute. That it's very important that you listen to your mind, your body, and schedule your day. Try to not get um, too involved with everything. I know that sometimes we are in the digital world with our phone, with internet, with everything, but it's also too important to connect with outside people besides just the digital world. Our family, our friends, everybody. It's not just the digital. So you have to give yourself the time to connect besides just in digital. It's very helpful for me that I start to use the list and my goal, write down my goal. It's very helpful. So I don't get lost. I wake up in the morning, I know what I need to do, even though sometimes it also overwhelmed. So you kind of help to, but at least it cut down a lot from whatever you have to do for the day. It gives you idea that what your day gonna look like. I have no idea a year ago. I just go on the day and thinking everything in my head and keep going. I get lost track of what I did. I went back and go back and forth. The day never be over. So I can be up all day, all night. But if you have set your goal and look at day, you can with set your goal clearly. You won't get lost. Just learn how to take a break from whatever you do. A little bit, it will help you. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sis. Yeah, we need rest to quiet our mind, and it's good to have a good night's sleep too.
Yes,
And
exactly.
uh, we have another viewer. Uh, Thank you very much for watching, sis Christiana Be Digital. Is there
Thank you, Christina.
anything you want to add, sisters?
Me?
Yes, sis.
Oh, I got lost.
Is there anything you want to add before we close our
Yeah, like I
discussion?
said, it's good to keep learning about burnout because it is something you cannot avoid. It's inevitable. So it is in our best interest that you learn about it, Google it, read it, study it so that you know when you are having it. Very, very important. Don't leave it to chance and wait until the doctor diagnoses you of burnout. So if you are knowledgeable in it, you will know when it is setting in, and then you know how to control it. That is all I have to say now, that people should be aware of what burnout is all about and its symptoms so that they will know they will know when it is setting in. Knowledge, usually when you read about stuff like that, they tell you how to prevent it. And some of us read it, we have the knowledge, but we do not practice what they say. So knowledge is useful only when you put it into practice. If you do not put it into practice, it's useless. You know, when people say knowledge is power, for me, knowledge is not power until you put what you have,
Practice it.
that knowledge, into practice. That's when it becomes power. So please go ahead and get knowledgeable about burnout. It is real, it happens, and it's not fun. Go ahead and get knowledge about it. And when you get knowledge about it, please practice what you are supposed to do to prevent it. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. I hope everyone who was watching gets something from our topic today. And I would like to remind everyone that help is available. You're not alone. There are people who support you. And since it's Tuesday today, I would like to take this opportunity to invite everyone to watch our live webinar tonight. It's 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern Time on my side. And you can register your name and email address at any of the website you can see on your screen. And we will send you the link to the webinar. Thank you everyone for watching and see you again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We are grateful that you took time to watch us today. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you. Tomorrow is another day. Please be our guest. Watch us. We'll come in with a different topic. And do not forget, like Clint said to register on our website. Any of the websites on the screen is fine, so that we can send you a link to be a part of the live webinar today. You are going to learn a lot about what we do. And it will also give you opportunity to ask questions directly and get answers immediately.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you are thinking of being a part of this community, do not fail to be at that webinar today. Write down your questions. You're going to get instant response to your questions. Tomorrow.
Kindly
Thank
Google your
you.
website.
Thank you. Bye.